Good morning. How you guys doing this morning? I'm doing pretty good. I ran. Did good today. I feel good today. Did my typical 6 mile run. It's me afterwards. All sweat. Oh, sorry. Freaking birds. Freaking crows, man. Yeah. Faster today. I'm faster. 10:14. The other time I was happy I did 10:15. 10:17. So I'm progressing. Yeah, burning the calories. 8.5. It's not bad. I wish that the app would turn off the recording. I mean, when you finish your goal. Because I lose time by trying to unlock the freaking phone. And then on the startup. That's like, I lose those precious seconds. 178. Cadence. Now look at this. This time, I started off strong. 10:07. Second, 10:27. But that light. I had that light I had to stop for. And then 10:09. And then 10:25. There was another light. And then 10:20. And then my last mile. As you can see, when I stop to turn off the phone, it kills my time. But yeah, 9:47. My last mile this time. So yeah, I'm on the cusp of running every mile underneath 10 minutes. I just got to push myself a little harder, and I know I can. What happens is I'm really good at pacing myself when I know how long I'm going to run. Actually, I'm really good at that. And I just need to push myself that bit more to get all my miles under 10. I can do it. I know I can. I felt good and strong today. So yeah, that was good, man. 10:14. So yeah, that was good stuff. I got 5.9 this one, it says. So max speed. So yeah, trying not to put my troll face on. Try not to put the old troll face on here. But you guys know how I feel about being self-employed and how important it is to me, because I like to have control, man, of my life. I mean, of course, how much control do you have when you have to accept the terms of service? But other than that, yeah, I have control over my time, how I want to use it. And I can force myself to get into fitness and make the time. Trust me, when I liked working at the college. It was a job that I was doing well at. The boss there said that he wanted me to get into an O1 position there, which is good. Especially, I did all the overtime, and it was rare that they would let a person not new to work those hours, so I was doing well. But, you know, when you work all those hours, I did find time to do some exercise, but I was sick a lot of that time I think it was the beginning of January, around the mid-January, and to the end of February. Yeah, I was sick. It's one thing that I'm happy not working at the school, because everybody got sick. I got sick. Yeah, and I'd lay down. Yeah, man, I tell you. Whew. Yeah, I don't want to be sick like that again. But yeah, it's harder. It's harder because, you know, you're working and you need to. And, you know, I wasn't making minimum wage. I mean, there were a lot of people there. All the O1s could be making $16 an hour there. So, yeah, I was making $13.50. It's, you know, I kind of wanted at least 14. So I didn't make 14, but yeah, even at that rate, the time and a half killed me tax-wise. And I've said it before. They messed up my hours. Okay, I was doing all this overtime, and they had this student punching in the hours, and she'd get it wrong for a lot of people, like all the time. Obviously, it's like the most important thing to do, and it's not that hard. Probably the software does it. Put in the freaking hours. Plug it in. How the hell are you getting them hours messed up all the time for? You know what I mean? So I had like 178 or 130 hours all at once. I know that the gross was 3280, I believe. 3240? No, 3280, I believe. And I netted 1840. 1840 is the correct one. So, yeah. It's all that overtime and the taxes. It's 47%. And as an e-gig worker the last 4 years, I didn't pay in any at all. I mean, I did $1,600 for some reason. It was weird. I don't know where that was from, but I got that bill and I paid it, but still. You know what I mean? It's a lot less taxes when you're doing it the way that I've been doing it the last 4 years. Averaging over 57,000. That's probably the average is 57. I've made 67,000. I've made nothing less than 54,000. So, you know, and not to have to pay those taxes because of the way it's set up as a self-employed business. That's the way I like it. And so, yeah. I mean, I don't know why they think it's going to be different. It's not as if you can't be fired. Yeah, man. It's not like you can't be fired as an employee. They have this myth. They think that, you're not going to be able to get fired. Of course you're going to be able to get fired, man. If you have, they probably, I don't know, man. They'll be able to track your speed, and once they catch you going over the speed limit, I mean, are they going to be able to say, oh, you're protected? No, you went over the speed limit. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, yeah, the time and a half, they're not going to let that happen. Yeah, there's so many drivers. So, I don't know. I'm going to research if there are rules that you can't do multiple gigs. There was something like that. I swear that I read that they didn't want you doing multiple gig companies at the same time, that you wouldn't be able to. And that was before Uber's threat of that checklist there. It says you can't. I'm going to have to definitely get some rock solid where they come up with that. So right there, I mean, pretty much the success that I've had is from being able to use multiple apps and use the ones that are better for the time being. And of course, I talked about crybabies or whatever, but when I'm mad, it's because I'm hungry to make money. You know what I mean? I'm not crying. It's just, Postmates, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So therefore, you don't do it, right? I mean, Doordash, outside. All right, I'm gonna, for some reason, well, hold on here. For some reason, yeah. I mean, the Doordash, actually, outside the shift thing, I like DoorDash. The money there isn't bad, actually. I can reliably make $100 a day if I wanted to. I'm just trying to not put on as many miles, trying to make more to the mile. Yesterday, I made 116. That Postmates person actually tipped me $3. $3. So it was $6.50 I made. So I made 116, but I drove 165 miles. So basically that was a fail that day. But then you multiply by 58 cents. And it is true, if a company gives you some money for the operating of your vehicle, you can't collect that 58 cents. I worked for a livery service, driving a lot of the rich kids that go to Deerfield Academy, picking them up at the airport and bringing them to the school or to their home that they would be hosted at. And yeah, he told me that. And he's a banker, and he was a banker, a director of a bank, and he runs this. So, and it's true. The tax guy verified it. You know what I mean? It's called double dipping. So do you really want that? Or do you want to be able to not get taxed for the 58 cents? It works out the same. I understand that Dave the Uber slave was like, oh, well, it doesn't mean you're going to get that money. You just can't get taxed on that money. Well, based on my 54 cents a mile, and my meals, and the home office, I didn't have to pay taxes. So it kind of means the same thing, right? It doesn't matter. I mean, otherwise I would have been taxed on that money and I would have had to pay in. So, I mean, you just, playing with semantics, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. So that's 40 ratings. Yeah, the 3 and a 2. So at least I didn't get any worse. But yeah, not many ratings. I just need to get more ratings to be able to buffer it out a little bit. But poor service. Now, I honestly can say that's bullcrap. Seriously. I've never been rude to a customer. I'm always, you know what I mean? That's ridiculous, man. God. Wrong item? Watermelon? I don't know. Yep, the Hawaiian rolls, definitely. Okay, I understand. They said poor service because they missed 2 Hawaiian rolls. Okay, yeah, not a problem there. I eat that. Because that wasn't reported at the time, so therefore, naturally, I thought that was later. So, I'll eat that. I'll eat that shit. That's got to take responsibility for a mistake to make. So, you're not perfect. You're not perfect. I'm sure they got their money back. It wasn't a false claim. I fucked up. Couldn't believe it when I saw it. I'm like, oh man, what the fuck, man? I didn't know who the hell it was from either. So, it is what it is. That's the only time that's ever happened, where I couldn't bring it back. I really appreciate Joseph hunting down all my items. A lot of them were a bit obscure. That's absolutely right. No English on the bottles. I don't know Chinese, so that made it a little trickier, and I didn't know what kind of food it really was, and here I am finding it, and I did, man. But he didn't give up and managed to find them all. Yeah, I mean, that was a 21-item order. It took an hour and a half. Yeah, an hour and a half, because it was all Chinese and obscure stuff. It shows how much I read the label to find things. So yeah. So move forward. Move forward. That's what you do. Yeah, let's see my times here. That killed my average. However, I'm 673 out of 2,047. Yeah. Oh, man. It killed my average. So look at that. 3 seconds there. 91. It's not bad. 2 seconds. 12 seconds. 206. 118. 4, 2, 153, 107, 132, 12, 8, 20, 57, 53, 6, 86, 98, 32, 91, 102, 16, 18, 13, 87, 30. Yeah. trying not to put my troll hat on. Trying not to. Because I'm not willing to give up my control of my work life. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't want to do that. I don't think it's really worth it. Especially if they're guaranteeing you 120% of minimum wage. You know what I mean? And then what are you going to do? So, yeah, I don't know, man. I try not to get my troll cap on and friggin' be a troll somewhere, you know what I mean? Let it go. We'll see. But I'm going to do whatever I can. I'm not going to pay all the money to be an LLC here in California. It's too expensive. Not making enough money to survive that way, even if it is on that credit of the company. And therefore, I think if I can't remain a contractor here in California, I think I'm going to move back to Massachusetts. It's happening there too, but I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be awkward because I'm here primarily because I have family here. So I don't want to. yeah, it is what it is. But you gotta do what you want to do. And I'm not going to be an employee here and then pay the rent that's here. And when things pass, I didn't get fired, and everybody's on furlough, so what I'll do is I'll try to probably go back to where I was and come up with some side stuff to come up with maybe, and then pay lower rent, because the rent here, it's just way too much. If you're not making really professional money, and you're in a, you know what I mean? It's just, do you really want to pay $1,800 to $1,500 for rent? I mean, seriously, just imagine like what you can get a place for $1,000 in Massachusetts, maybe even less. So, I mean, that's a lot of money to save for other things. So, I mean, I like it in California. It's really good here, but you know what I mean? It's not really economically a feasible place to live unless you're making professional money. You know what I mean? You know, making $50,000 is not actually enough here. I mean, so I mean that's just me. It's kind of, yeah. I'll find out. Who knows? Maybe I'll find a job or something that's really good, but I don't. Gotta be realistic. The average jobs, even at $16 an hour. I got hired by Amazon. I didn't take it because they told me that I would have to terminate the Amazon Flex, and I didn't want to do that. They couldn't guarantee that you're going to get your Flex back, so I'm like, I did the math and realized that the $16.25 and the hours really are about the same. At the time, I was able to do 2 blocks a day. Now, it's not necessarily like that. So, yeah. The key is to be patient. 12:30? Yeah, it's already too late. Fuck it. Let's see. Yep, I knew I... Even if I hopped on that really quick, it probably would have been the same. I should have just taken it. Yeah, it's quite a bit far down south, though. Decisions. Let's see if I got put at risk. Fuck. Yep. Because of that freaking situation. Yep. On time delivery. Those freaking packages are a couple minutes. I had to go back to pick them up, right? I mean, yeah, freaking A, dude. And that's freaking. The manager at that place told me that he took care of it. So I addressed it to him in a polite way, and I'm like, hey, it's, and he was understanding, and I told him, like, yeah, I talked to driver support, and not really too helpful, really, when they answer you like Uber does, giving you a correct answer that's not really related to what you're saying, So, but yeah, it's probably the reason why I'm not getting many blocks, because I'm at risk, and therefore you have to hope that they're slammed with work, and then finally you'll get some blocks after everybody else has. It's the way it goes. So you might have to wait a couple of weeks. That's the way it rolls. But even if I was an employee, you know what I mean? It's not like, hey, you're an employee, we can't base your work off productivity. You know what I mean? They still can do that. So it's not as if that wouldn't happen if I was an employee. You know what I mean? But freaking A, dude. I'm getting a little antsy here. I'm impatient. I might as well just go do some freaking Doordash. I think I'm gonna go do some Doordash in my favorite spot to go do Doordash. That's what I'm gonna do, because usually I see batches by now. I'm pretty surprised that there's literally none. That's crazy. So I like doing Irvine. Yeah.
Head northwest towards Los Feliz Boulevard.
I'm gonna go do some Doordash, because looks like Instacart is being rather dead today. Maybe everyone's broke and they can't afford to have. It's possible. We've got a lot of people that are out of work, man. Sooner or later, and with the unemployment running out, got to do what you got to do. Don't cry about it. Just go and make money. So DoorDash. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, those reports might screw up on the Hawaiian rolls. Yeah, maybe that deprioritized me too, probably. So it's not like it's a habit, but it is what it is. So I will let you guys go, and thank you.